A few months ago, I had the privilege of attending Content 19, a Christian media conference held just outside of Dallas at the Capernaum Studios. Now, while there, I had the honor of interviewing many Christian media professionals, and not only professionals, but people who had won awards at Content 19. Now, I'm very excited to bring to you over the next 3 weeks these interviews that I did there at Content 19. So don't change that channel, because you don't want to miss any of this, because it's only here on Faith on Film. Welcome back to Faith on Film. I am here with my longtime friend, Anita Cordell.
Yeah,
welcome to Faith on Film.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, now, I'm sure you're even more excited at the fact that you pretty much almost swept the awards. My goodness.
I won 6 awards, yes. I'm so excited.
Unbelievable. Now, what did you win?
So I had 2 shorts. They were in different categories, and I won Best Short for each one of them, and then the Film Tank Award, which was inclusive of all of the shorts. So I won the big Film Tank Award, which was from you guys, from the peers who are here. So I'm super excited. A Dangerous Profession is the one that won that one.
Yeah.
But I also won Best Short for House Mother as well.
House Mother, which is, by the way, a movie we have on Parables. Now, I've noticed that your movies, I've seen at least a good couple of them, 2, 3 of them or so. I noticed that you tend to make movies that are not just entertainment, but they actually are more like cause-driven.
Cause-driven
Yes.
would be a good way. Yeah. I have a bent for creating content that deals with social issues in our country. And so I have dealt with child abuse. I have dealt with marital abuse, marital manipulation, human trafficking, and so this next short that I produced this summer is called Awaken, and it's dealing with a lady who is addicted to prescription drugs and how that affects her family. So I feel like I have a bent towards that, and I think it's just it creates a community effort to educate and implore the community to learn more about these issues and learn more about what's truly going on in our society. And then my hope and my wish is to not just provide hope for the people who might be struggling with those things, but to also implore the community to do something about those things.
Now, you do seem to do movies that are of really tough causes. I mean, you know, you're not doing something about, our parking issues in in whatever city you live in. I mean, this is some serious stuff. House Mother is about what?
It's about a mom who prepares teen girls for their clients that hire them. And so I play the mom, and it goes through the transition of her actually being very cold-hearted towards and doing a job, basically, to the transition of how she ends up rescuing the kids.
And why does she transition that way?
It starts to get too close to home. Her daughter's friend's sister runs away, and it starts to get too close to home, and then she realizes that her daughter is susceptible to the same things, and so ends up she transitions in there.
How did you get started in filmmaking?
Actually, I grew up on stage, and I decided to move over into faith-based, or at least film and commercial world. And there's a project called the 168 Film Challenge out of Los Angeles. Yes. It's a speed competition.
That's right. That's where I first met you.
It was a speed competition, and I was on set in Washington with a feature film called September Skies, and I was with an actress by the name of Jen Godson. And so Jen is an advocate for 168, and what happened was I just had this urge inside of me to be a part of bigger causes. I'm from Kansas City, and there's just not a lot going on there, and I felt like God was stretching my boundaries, stretching me, and I wanted to be a part of that, and yet there's nobody around that did anything with 168. So I went there, and I was talking to her about this urge inside of me and wanting to be a part of it, and she said, Anita, you have been a part of a lot of commercials in your town. Why don't you produce it yourself and call on some of these people that you've worked with? And the first initial thought was, I can't do that. I just can't do that. And the more I thought about it, it was like God was just nudging me and nudging me. And so my very first film that I produced was a speed competition with 168. So, and I just have kept going.
So you've done mostly short films, but
all short films.
But you're working on something different, aren't
I
you?
am. I'm working on a feature film.
Talk about it
I
little
can,
bit?
actually.
And it's here on Faith on Film.
Yeah, so there's a lady by the name of Christine McDonald. She was homeless for 20 years. 17 of those years was in Kansas City, so I want to shoot it in the streets where she walked. She was an addict. She basically she was living the life on the streets, was arrested 103 times, has I think 6 felonies to her name. God started getting a hold of her heart, and she was held at gunpoint, saw a lot of her friends murdered around the streets, and one day she just was at her low, and said basically, if I'm not worthy to live, then let me die. And that weekend she was held at gunpoint. God gave her the strength to grab the gun and throw it into the woods, and she ran and turned herself in to get help. Since then, she's written a book called Cry Purple, which I have the rights to, and have the script. And the really cool thing is how God redeemed her life, but she's also blind now. Oh. And that is a twist to the story. She has a couple of diseases that she had to choose between her baby and her eyesight, and she chose her baby. And she is now an advocate for homelessness, drug addiction, trafficking, speaks all over the nation, and I want to tell her story.
Well, how can people follow you and just kind of keep up with what you're doing and know what's going to be happening?
Yeah,
as the movie
Facebook.
gets done
I have
or
a fan group, a fan page, Anita Cordell, actress, producer. I'm also on Instagram.
Okay.
You can
just
follow me
follow
on
you there.
my social media. Yeah.
Well,
and my email's anitacordell@gmail.com. My website's anita-cordell.com.
That's a lot of... Now, can you just go ahead and give your cell number and your address? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you for
coming by.
having me.
It was all
And
absolutely...
thank you for celebrating with me
Congratulations.
on all of my accomplishments.
Congratulations. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Faith on Film. We've come to the end of another program. I really hope you enjoyed today's program. This is the first of 3 shows that I will be bringing to you from Content 19. So there are 2 more shows that will feature great interviews with people that work in the faith and film industry. You don't want to miss those shows over the next couple of weeks. I also want to invite you to check out Parables TV. For those of you that don't know what Parables TV is a digital platform that streams faith and family content right into your home. The best part about it is that it's free. There is no subscription fee. Simply go to parables.tv, that's parables.tv, and there you will find lots of great movies, documentaries, reality shows, children's shows, a lot of great content for you and your entire family. So remember, that's parables.tv, that's parables.tv. I also want to invite you to write me. I really would love to hear from you. Love to hear what you think of the program. Simply write me at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Faith on Film TV. That's at Faith on Film TV. Well, as I always say at the end of my programs, if you really want to maintain a good, healthy soul, you need to feed it good, healthy entertainment. Until next week, take care.